Epic rap battles in history! Ivan the Terrible! First, Henry the 8th! Begin!
During the 16th era, I found me a hold of terror. I found me a king to chew up. I became the first Russian ruler to take the title of Tsar. You became the worst king in England. All you can wish for is to be the star. But I can just order my men to take you over to Switzerland. I've been the terrible. I'm the greatest of my time. You had 6 wives. You thought they were only worth a dime. You couldn't keep a single one. Did you think killing them was fun? Doesn't even matter. I killed over 60,000 people and don't think I won't do it again because I've been the terrible. I'm the greatest of my time. All you can do is sit there and listen as I spit out my rhymes. When I'm chillaxing over here, perfecting every rhyme, you can try to, but you just sat in some slime. I moved eastward to destroy the borders. You try to do the same, but you get beaten by lawyers. When our anarchy spread, we called it the time of troubles. All you can do is blow some bubbles. You tried to beat me. You thought you won? Please. You think you can beat me? I killed my own son. Because I've been the terrible. I'm the greatest of my time. You don't know what this is. It's my rhyme. You may be king, but you surely can't rhyme. Are you sucking on a lime? That's right. You just sit there and go on a hide. Chicka chicka, I'm Ivan.
I'm the petty defensor, the defender of faith. I'm one with the whites, King Henry the 8th. I love Catherine of Aragon, she was my paragon. Couldn't have a boy, so our marriage was void. It was done by the Archbishop of Canterbury. So long to the Pope and all his Hail Marys. Next came Anne, I saw with a man. So off with her head, at least I didn't eat my son dead. Like Ivan the Terrible, we ain't even comparable. Me and the Pope don't get along, so me and Parliament moved away from the wrong. I'm the head of the church by the act of supremacy. While Ivan tortures animals, what a weird tendency. You beat your daughter-in-law, you're mentally unstable, how big a flaw. I'm the petty defensor, the defender of faith. I'm one with the wife, King Henry the 8th. Word.
Philip the Second versus Elizabeth the First. Begin.
I am Philip II of Spain. Catholicism was filled in my brain. I was the greatest supporter of the militant, and also I was very brilliant. I defeated the Turks with my Holy League. I know they probably suffered from fatigue. You know, my girl Elizabeth, I know she loved me till her final breath. You know, she suffered from smallpox. She built her castle with building blocks. William the Silent offered a treaty, but in my mind, he's just a baby. My first wife had a son. With him, I scored a home run. He ended up dying from starvation, but he could have ran the nation. Elizabeth never married with no children. I could have made her worth $1 billion.
During my reign, the small became the leader of the Protestant nations, the leader of the foundations of the world empire. Quickly resolved the religious fights by removing the laws that favored Catholic sects. The Act of Supremacy gave me my identity in the supreme governor of the church and state, which I opened the gates for every religious state. Tried to keep France and Spain at peace by balancing power with my brain, but King Philip wanted to return England to the Catholic reign. Man, he was really vain. He sent a Spanish Armada, a fleet of warships, but defeated and had some hardships getting home to his hometown. I am the Queen of England and the Protestant nations.
Henry the Fourth versus James the First. Begin.
Before the age of 15, I was fighting for my king and queen. Killing them Catholics in my home city, ended in victory. I didn't like fighting in that civil war. It tore my country apart like a rift in the floor. Huguenots drowned French, gang fathers drowned Calvin. Fighting wars of religion, you're only showing your sin, militant religion. Fighting for control over converts was the cause. I was hoping we could pause for a second. Sit down, talk it through for Armageddon. You wouldn't do that though, so we beat your butt and took your women. My house, the Valois dynasty, working to reunite France. Meanwhile, you're growing old and senile. Look at this freestyle. You think you can beat me? Well, you can't pick up the scene I'm throwing down. People applaud when I took the crown. Your country's full of frowns for this clown they call a leader. Nana Nantes, I allow freedom of religion. While you're out on tobacco, throwing your own people in jail if they're caught with this midget. They call me Henry of Navarre, but you can call me super hot fire. They call you James the Weak. Just look at those arms. Do you think you can cause me harm? We'll drop them bars.
I put down a revolution, took you 9 years to siege Paris. I put a crown on my head.
And yours in an attic, stone cold dead.
I'm James the First, the one and only. You're the gay old spark, and heck, you sure weren't lonely. I controlled England while you barely kept control of France. Too many assassins for ya.
I bet you wet your pants.
So much for the green gallant, you were stabbed in the back by a Catholic man.
Imagine that.
Puritans in the house, representing Scotland, England, and Ireland.
North side.
Yeah, boy.
Charles the First versus Oliver Cromwell. Begin.
Yo, my name is Charles the First, and from here on out, Cromwell is cursed. James the First is my dad, and that is really rad. I took the throne from him, and he was pretty grim. 1625 to 1649 is when I was in command. I wore an earring in my left ear, and that is pretty grand. Divine right of kings is how I rule the land. God put me in the throne, and that is where I stand. So, 1628, Parliament passed a petition prohibiting passing taxes was the mission. At first the king agreed, and then he said no need. I tried to add ritual to the Protestant service, but it made them a bit too nervous. Thousands of Puritans revolted. In 1672, civil war resulted. Cavaliers supported thee, while Roundheads supported Parliament instead of me. Cavaliers versus Roundheads, it didn't go well. Roundheads won, and their leader was Cromwell. In the name of God is why they fought. Cromwell then killed anyone who did not support his thoughts. The remaining of Parliament executed me in 1649. The execution horrified Europe. That was not a good sign. Cromwell murdered me in front of the town. He did that so he could take my crown. He put me on trial for treason, though I didn't see no reason. Parliament declared a commonwealth, and monarchy was abolished. Then Cromwell set up a military dictatorship. Parliament was demolished. Cromwell frowned upon pointless fun. He shut down many theaters, that's a bit overdone. A lot of his laws had many flaws. Most sports were banned. Playing football on Sunday, it had to be replanned. Swearing was punished by a fine. Those who kept swearing would be realigned. On Sunday, most forms of work were forbidden. Simply going for a Sunday walk, you had to remain hidden. Wouldn't you rather live under my rule? Because Cromwell's laws were a bit too cruel.
Oliver Cromwell, full Ironside, and by my rules you better abide. My new model army never lost a fight. To become ruler, it was just my right. Military genius, there's no one with more. You failed to help the Protestants in the 30-year war. During battle, my army would pray to the Lord. While fighting your army, we kinda got bored. I'm an English Calvinist, a Puritan some would say. My finest moment was in your head, I did slay. Thousands of Puritans left under your rule, because you were making worship more Catholic, fool. As a kid, your legs were really meek. It's no wonder why your rule was so weak. You argued in Parliament, that's just dumb. When I became ruler, I just got rid of them. At the beginning of your reign, you weren't very tall, but after I decapitated your head, you were really quite small. You believed in the divine right kings. I beheaded you for those types of things. You thought that you were sent by God to be a monarch? Well, look at me, because I'm the #1 anarch. It's Charles I stand and cower. And look at me, the one with absolute power.
William of Orange versus Bloody Mary. Begin.
Ruled all over, my name is William the Silent, but unlike Bloody Mary wasn't much of a tyrant. A glorious revolution is a fine resolution. The Bill of Rights is what they both saw. Worship, armies, and even the laws. To be chosen by the paupers, I'm kinda surprised Bloody Mary can use copper. After all those people didn't go along, but why kill them all? Now that's just plain wrong. Getting rid of James was done. The divine right of kings is very, very gone. Bloody Mary, guess what? You didn't meet the cut, so I stole your baby, Mary. Isn't this a shame? I guess you just weren't ready to play my game.
I'm gonna kill some Protestants, only got 280 dead cause of me. I'm killing, call me Bloody Mary, this is freaking awesome. Walking to the castle like, what if I got a big problem? My parents left me to live with Elizabeth. They should have taught me better now. People like, dang, that's one killing queen. Moving heck hello, dying at 42. Henry VIII and Catherine, my parents. Draped in silk, they probably should have left this to William because he smells like citrus.
Peter the Great versus Louis the 14th. Begin.
I am Peter the Great, and I am very tall. I can't believe you're trying to rap with me at all. I constructed the Russian Navy, but you were going crazy. You can't mess with me. I was chosen by the Lord. When I look at you, I'm getting pretty bored. I made Russia a great power. Your country is just a flower. If you had a beard, that'd be pretty weird. Cause in this country, beards have to disappear. I warred with Sweden and acquired the lands I needed. St. Petersburg is the city that I made. With this key city, I increased trade.
We did everything, while you were just a useless king. You think you have a chance? Come on, girl, do your dance. Your legs are so pussy, no wonder you were so fussy. Louis the 14th, just stand back and hate, because you know I am Peter the Great.
Je suis le roi Louis, Louis le Grand. Alors, je ne ferai du trône dans mon assiette. J'acquéris le pouvoir à 23 ans. Le seul et bon roi de France, je veux devenir une source de lumière pour mon peuple, car je t'ai éliminé le roi du soleil jour et nuit. Le but du gouvernement était de venir à tous mes ordres. C'était de lécher mes assiettes sales. Je règne sur 3 territoires avec mon grand pouvoir. L'église, les taxes, les policiers de mon pays. Une note son père dire ça à venir. Je n'étais pas dans ma vie qu'à ces personnes. J'ai développé mon armée avec 4 guerres entre 78-73 que je voulais. Le seul roi à avoir resté sur le trône que 70 ans était moi. Essaie de battre ça à Peter le Grand qui n'est qu'une sardine. Peter le Grand, le plus grand, Peter le Cruel. Il a battu son propre fils intérieur qui prenait sa place. Le Peter, 50 ans, cette abondance, son fils est mort. Maintenant, il n'y a personne, il l'est. Personne ne l'aimait vraiment. Elle était une mauvaise personne qui croyait qu'il était parfait et sans défaut et riche. En 75, je ne suis pas décidé en paix. J'ai ressenti en tant que roi de France, j'aurais dû m'occuper mieux de mon peuple. Même si le roi était mort, la France était devenue encore un meilleur pays qu'elle était avant.